Hi, this is Monisha. Today I'm going to talk about formal and informal mindfulness. Now, formal mindfulness, which is what everyone sort of propagates and teaches, is um, guided meditations or meditating, which is where you sit in one place, you put your feet on the floor, uh, you ground yourself, and then proceed to sort of bring your focus to the present by centering your energies on your breathing and drawing your attention to your feet and different parts of your body, etc. Now, a lot of people have a huge problem in sitting for a long time, for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and 15 minutes. For them, I always suggest doing something that I call informal mindfulness, which is simply um, becoming aware of what you are doing when you are doing it. For example, there are people who like gardening. I am one of those people. And when you are gardening, you are focused on your task at hand, um, in being involved in the the removing the weeds, or whether it's watering your pots or watering your flowers or your plants. You take into account whether any of your plants have grown new leaves or new flowers, new buds, new vegetables, or there's a bud sprouting. So at that point of time when you are sort of gardening, your focus is entirely on that activity. That is informal mindfulness. Some people can practice mindfulness while walking, where they go for a walk and they sort of hear the birds, or they can feel the breeze on their face, they can hear the dog barking. uh, for some people it's cooking, for some people it's crochet, for some it's knitting. uh, you know Different horses for different courses. What works for you may not work for somebody else. So while it's okay to propagate or sort of recommend people do guided meditations, and because that's what people understand from mindfulness. And as somebody who has conducted a lot of webinars, and I get approached by clients and corporates to say, okay, we're going to do a mindfulness webinar, and could you please conduct a 10-minute guided meditation in that. And the thing is that, out of the 300 people who are probably sitting in on the webinar, less than 10% would actually be doing what they were being told to do, because A, it's online, two, it's the environment, three, they may not be ready to mindfully meditate at that point of time. So, and what works for one person may be a meditation at 6 in the morning. For some people it could be 6 in the evening. So it's a very personal experience, or a very personal preference as to when you want to sort of meditate, or you want to do it formally or you want to do it informally. Of course, there are according to our scriptures, that 1.5 hours before sunrise is when you have the Brahma Muhurtam, which is when the universe is sort of uh, coming together to give you your most creative and most blessed self. So that's a good time. But somebody like me who is not a morning person, if I manage to see the sunrise, I'm grateful. So it, it's not something that you can push onto somebody or put onto somebody forcefully. It's something, mindfulness is a practice. And if I can be aware sitting here recording my podcast of what's happening around me, or the sound of the fan, or the fact that I'm speaking into a mic, or the emotions I'm feeling, or uh, you know at this moment, at this time, is when I am present. And that's what the practice of mindfulness is. It's about taking each moment as it is. Okay, why am I feeling like this is not a conversation that one gets into in mindfulness. You do not remember that mindfulness is about uh, being in the moment with complete acceptance and without prejudice, without question. So, whichever format of mindfulness or practice of mindfulness works for you is what you should follow. Whether it is sitting for 10 minutes in one place, or whether it's walking for 15 minutes, or it's gardening for 45 minutes. Whatever you do, put yourself into it at that point of time. This is Monisha, and till the next podcast, I'm signing out.